Certainly travel is much cheaper than everybody thinks it is, because people are used to vacation, which is a very different mode from travel or long-term travel, or how my friends and I travel. You know, vacation, there's this, hey, we're in Vegas, let's stay in a suite, let's, waste money. In my experience, often the most interesting places to go are less expensive than the US. There's people of your socioeconomic background in most countries. Oslo, Norway is the only place I've ever been where it was like so expensive that it was like jarring, right? Where you couldn't just like live a normal life. In terms of gear, I think if you don't travel a lot, you don't need to have the lightest and best of everything. But if you're kind of going down that path, think of the things that will never go obsolete, and then you invest in that. People go on vacations and what they're trying to do is temporarily have a better, like a more fancy life. And certainly there's nice parts of that. Or you go to a place like Budapest where, cost of living is about a third what it is here, and in many ways a lot nicer. Or, Thailand, where it's maybe not quite as nice, but it's a tenth of the price. In Thailand, you can stay at like the Grand Hyatt and spend, thousands of dollars on a week, or you can stay at a perfectly good Airbnb or a guest house sort of place and spend far less than you'd spend here. I don't even think it's lowering your sights. I think often that sort of experience is actually distancing you from the country. There's this joke where people go to foreign countries and then they try to make it as similar to their home country as possible, or they try to get as far from the culture as possible. And that's how a lot of people travel, which can be fun, but I think you're missing out on a lot. So I don't think it's lowering your sights. I think it's widening your sight a little bit. You do have to spend some money on the flight if you aren't doing the whole miles thing. I went to New Zealand for $300 round trip last year and earned $400 of frequent flyer miles, so it was essentially free. I got 3 tickets from Vegas to London round trip for $270 each. I mean, there's deals to be had out there. It's definitely not uncommon to, from here you could certainly go to Europe round trip for $500 just about any time. People think that traveling is the same price that their vacation costs, and often you can save money by traveling versus staying in one place. And you don't really know until you do it. It's just experience and fear, really. I mean, if I showed you a swimming pool, I said it's warm in there, you're like, well, every time I've been in a swimming pool, it's been cold. Do you really believe me? And can you really even imagine what it'd be like to jump into that hot swimming pool? Maybe not. It's sort of like cruises. I love cruises. I'm always trying to get people to go on them. They have a very fixed idea of what it's gonna be like. And then they go there like, this is totally different. And I'm like, well, I know, I've been telling you that. But it doesn't matter that I've told them that because they had to experience it themselves.